Grandma DC here, and I am taking back that digital video camera I bought, the one that was the Crombo whatever. Anyway, it was horrible. I tried to do a video with it, and it just, oh my god, the picture was bad. I tried to upload it to my computer and it wouldn't match, and then it just kept coming up with those little X's, and it was a nightmare. And finally, in the end, when I got it into Movie Maker, it just wouldn't cut and paste, and the sound was off. I mean, you'd be looking at the cats, and I was talking about the updates on the kittens and the cats, and you're hearing my son talking about the weather. I had a beautiful shot of 2 tornadoes forming, like 2 eddies, and he was pretty nervous about it, and I kept saying, you know, if they form, they're going to form somewhere else over the top of us. But yeah, it is swirling.
Shit, should we get the fuck out of here?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm sure, yeah. That's not going to form into anything. I've seen a lot of tornadoes form. That doesn't really look like it to me. But we'll keep an eye on it.
It's a whole lot like it to me.
It does, doesn't it? It's trying. I mean, for sure. But if it's forming here,
right?
yeah, if it's trying to form here, it'll probably move on. Boy, they are pretty ominous looking, though, aren't they? Whew, that's scary.
Sure you don't want to get the fuck out of here?
Where are we gonna go?
Milos?
Yeah, we could. I gotta go there anyway.
Haven't you bought like half a dozen cameras now?
I keep losing them and breaking them. They're falling apart. I'm terrible. I'm hard on camera. We just had a big strike of lightning. I sure would like to see that again. We had a couple of eddies forming. Looked like it's going to do something, but then they broke up. They didn't do anything. It's no big deal. We're just on the front end of the storm is all. And they didn't. They blew on. And then we lost power for about, I think about 3 hours or so. And so you see, I got my new blouse on. I got this off of, I think, Wish for $2. I can't believe it fits. I've been looking for things that are cool because the weather is just so freaking hot. So what else is going on besides the fact that I'm having to drive up to Sedalia, which is 25 miles away, to return this camera? I talked with my son the other night about getting out of my house. I was like, he wouldn't carry in the cat food for me. He did buy it, but he wouldn't carry it in the house. It was a 20-pound bag. And, he's just worthless. I love him, but he just won't do anything. And are you thinking about moving out anytime soon? And he's like, no, when I get the money, but he's not working very many hours now. And it's like, I know, kick him out. I know, it gets really kind of hard with all that stress to stay on the carnivore diet. I have to admit, this is completely mental. Physically, I'm fine. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. I haven't had anything to eat yet. I had 1 decaf coffee, and I'm good. So far, I'm not really hungry, but the mental, because food for me is a crutch. It's comfort. It makes, carbohydrates make me feel better, when I'm upset. Temporarily, and then I feel worse because I crash. I know this. It's just like when I used to go to a buffet and I would eat and eat and eat till I was sick. Literally wanted to throw up, although I can't throw up, but literally wanted to, and couldn't. And I'd say, I'll never do that again. Till the next time. Then you did it again. So, kind of even on the carnivore diet, Mom and I stopped at Katie Barbecue, which is this really great barbecue place in Sedalia, and I bought a pound of roast beef with no sauce. And I enjoyed that meal so much. Now, she brought me 2 slices of bread with it, even though I told her that I was, 0 carb and carnivore and everything, but they just have to bring the bread. They just can't not do it. And I didn't eat it. I had Mom take it home for her dogs. So it's really good. really good. Well, you know, as good as I ever get. But I enjoyed that meal because it was, I think it was the first meat that I haven't had to cook. So that was great. So, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do with the boy. And I told him, I said, I need to borrow my car back tomorrow because I need to take back this camera to UPS, and the closest one is 25 miles away. And I got this, I got to be out of here to work by 1:30, and I'm like, I'll get up in the morning and do it. Yeah. I do enjoy the air conditioning in my car. I pay for this car every single month, and I don't think it'll ever pay off. Ever. I don't know why. The plates on it roll around, you know, constantly every 2 years, but it never gets paid off. How does that work? Who knows? So, yeah, he stresses me out, and then I start mentally wanting to eat carbohydrates. I'm like, I'd like to have just a couple of cheeseburgers, eat the bun and all, you know, from McDonald's, the worst place on earth, you know, or I want spaghetti, or I want noodles, you know, and things like that. And it's just mental. I mean, I physically, and that's what I'm talking about in the carnivore diet, I physically don't feel the need, that super need to grab them and shove them in my mouth like I always did on keto when I was eating vegetables, or any other, you know, calorie restriction or any other diet I did. With the carnivore diet, I'm just like, yeah, I want to do that. But I understand that it's not going to make me feel better, and I really don't need to do that. I'm good. I seem to have all the nutrients I need. I seem to be satiated and satisfied. It's almost like it's flipped a switch in the brain, and you're able to resist those 2 big buttered slices of bread she brought with my meat. It wasn't even really much of a hardship to just push them aside and go, nah. What is up with that? So, before I get out of here, I will mention I got into it with my son. I said, look, he has a mixed media degree. He went to college, believe it or not, and he knows everything about cameras and everything. And I said, I got this camera and it's a POS. You just figure out what that means. I said, the picture's bad, the sound wouldn't sync up, it's just this, it's awful. And I formatted it to the best of my ability to everything that met YouTube standards, and it just wouldn't work. It wouldn't even go into my movie maker. So he just rolls his eyes at me, and then he starts telling me how you got to spend money to make money, and you know how, and I'm like, I just want to upgrade one step. You know, I mean, I started off with a little cheap GoPro type camera. Everybody knows that. And then I've been given GoPro type cameras, and they never work very long, and I end up dropping them or losing them. They're so tiny, they're just easy to sit down somewhere and you never find them again. And, you know, I mean, those were all great in the beginning. And then I upgraded to this little Walmart Sony, which is what I'm on right now, and I like this little camera. It's got a nice little zoom on it and everything, but the picture is never quite clear, and I've had some complaints that when they, like Dwayne, when he says Grampy Campy, I'll get it right, Bear Creek Homestead, when he tries to make my videos larger, they won't enlarge, that my videos stay small on the screen. And no one else has told me that, but maybe it's true. I don't know, but something's up. So I decided, almost 5,000 subscribers, maybe I should up my game. On the other hand, I was telling my son this, and I said, you know, it is discouraging that I did keto 5 years ago when it was first starting out, and it took me 2.5 years before I even got 400 or 500 subscribers, and I was so thrilled, you know, when I got there. And then I hit 1,000, and I was so absolutely thrilled. But then there's Keto, who started 1.5 years after me, and those kids within 6 months had 50,000 subscribers. And they bought a house and moved to a new city, and they've paid off all their debts, and they're going to have a baby, and I'm very happy for them. But I'm like, maybe I should stop doing videos. Why? And so here's what my son said, and you probably all agree with it. He says, you're ugly. You're not good looking. You're not the demographic. You're an old woman. No one cares about you. It wasn't in so many words, but that's exactly what he said. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but... And I was like, wow, I raised a goodie. Must be my fault. It's always the woman's fault if you raise a child that's disrespectful. It must be my fault. Mea culpa. So I think, okay, why upgrade? It's like, if I'm useless, old, ugly woman, why upgrade? I still kind of wanted to. I enjoy doing my videos even though I don't make a lot of money. Like, share, and subscribe to keep up with the insanity. I always say that. Okay, well, this insanity is going to the UPS store and spending probably more money than I want to send this camera back to get, it was on sale. It wasn't much more expensive than this one. I was just hoping it was better. It was not better. So I'll just keep looking. I mean, he says I need a filmography camera. I have no idea what that is, and he won't help me, so I'm on my own, guys. I love you, Keto. You guys have 3 employees now, and people helping you with your YouTube channel. Isn't that sweet? It's just me, guys. Here I am, all alone, doing my best to tell you the carnivore diet freaking works. I'm surprised, too. Every day I'm surprised it works, and every day I stick to it, and it still surprises me. So this is Wednesday, and we'll see what Sunday brings when I weigh in. I love the wildflowers on the side of the road. Look at those yellow flowers. There's a little sunflower. I don't know where it's getting ready to bloom or it's already bloomed, one or the other. They're getting towards the end because it's getting kind of hot. But they are beautiful, and I love the Queen Anne's lace, and I do believe that is the Queen Anne's lace with the red dot in the middle. So there they are. Mullein plants. I love them. Beautiful. They grow all over the sides of the roads. That's a nice big one though. They say they're an escaped English garden plant. I don't know, is that true? They grow with the Queen Anne's lace. I wonder if I can get it close enough to see that dot in the middle. Oh, no, we got bees enjoying. Yummy! I think those are bees. Could be flies. Who knows? Okay, so I know we're not supposed to drive and vlog at the same time, but I feel like talking. Can you imagine that? She feels like talking. No, it's more like venting. Well, I'm upset that you missed the video that I did on the new camera yesterday, and there's no way I can get that thing to upload. But yeah, there was a storm, there was power outage, and then I went to get Mom because we were going to go and do some running around, take eggs. I was being the Easter bunny because I had so many eggs, and I was delivering eggs to my uncle. I wanted to take my granddaughter Hazel a new little fire tablet that I had picked up for cheap because her other one had the front cover broken on it, and just errands, and we vlogged. Mom and I did together all day long. We have so much fun when we're together. So it was upsetting that I lost all of that. Oh, drive me crazy. And then to have that out with my son, and him being honest with me. I mean, I'm glad I raised someone to be honest with me, and I never put down honesty. It's just, it hurts. The truth hurts. Ow. So yes. Oh, and then, I had someone actually message me on Facebook, and they're like, you did upload a chocolate cake video with fireworks. You've already done that. Well, that's because I'm boring. Here's the truth. It was a year ago, and I changed the chocolate cake recipe by adding back in yolks, which is why I wanted to redo it. But the fireworks were completely different. They were different fireworks. Even though, if you're like my granddaughter Hazel, and apparently you are, yeah, she says they all look alike too. She's like, fireworks alike. That just shows how boring my life is. Every single year, same thing, over and over. So, yeah, I guess that's why I only, after 5 years, have 5,000 subscribers, or a little less. and I'm not a, 50,000 subscribers in, the first month of starting a social media. I was going to go to a comedy club. Mother says, "You're funny. Everything you say that comes out of your mouth is funny." Really? So she says, "You should become a comedian." I said, "I don't think they want middle-aged ex-housewife postmenopausal comedians. No one finds that funny. At least I don't." It's not funny being an overweight postmenopausal ex-housewife. Oh well. Yeah, and the more you gripe, the more people get upset with you. Look at it, my camera's vibrating slowly to the left. It's like, I'll start it all the way to the other side, and then it'll just have to go slowly back. So yeah, who wants that, right? Okay, yeah, it's even with all the stress and all the bad cameras and the put downs and everything else, which I'm used to. That's common. You must be related to me. Yeah, it's easy to stay on the carnivore diet, even with all that. Even with all of that. Like I said, I just look at things differently. Like my son was sitting there being snotty, and I'm looking at him very differently and thinking, "You look delicious." Carnivore diet will do that to you. So it's, "Oh my God, she's talking cannibalism. She's going to eat her son." Do you really care? I don't think so. Alright, I'm halfway to the UPS store. I guess I'll go the other half. We'll see what's going to happen today. I bought meat yesterday too, so whew, a whole field of Queen Anne's lace. How pretty. So I don't need anything. I'm just making this trip for nothing but to deliver this camera back to Amazon. Maybe I'll find something else to do. Who knows? Is anyone else as good for business as I am? I pulled into the UPS store, not one person here, and this woman comes flying in next to me, slams on her brakes, jumps out and runs in ahead of me. Then I get in there and I find out that the code that Amazon sent me to send it back has to be printed out. It's not one they can dink. Is there any way we can do that? Well, we charge for that. Okay, fine, because I don't have a printer and I don't know anyone with a printer. So, rigmarole. I could email it to a friend. So I emailed it to the store. They were able to print it out. They were able to send it back. It didn't cost as much as I thought it would. So I'm like, oh. Then about 100 people, and they're just coming and going. I think I've seen 8 people that came in behind me, and now they're coming and going and coming and going. It's like, dang, you know what? I should hire myself out. Went to the hospital, they got busy. Go to the UPS store, they get busy. I wonder what other businesses I can help out while I'm out here. Let me go find one that's dead. I'll just pull up to it and watch the people just all pull in. Well, of all things to do, I am here at Aldi's. I haven't been here in a long time. They revamped the store and they upped their prices. And I hate that you have to stand in line so long and then try to beg. It's like going to a gymnasium to shop at Aldi's, really, seriously. But I guess it could be worth it. They've got grass-fed hamburger, and I haven't had any in a while, and I think I need some. So I'm going to go in here and get a little. I'm not even going to take a cart, because if you take a cart, you're sunk here. So here it is, my favorite thing to go to Aldi's. I haven't been here a long time. But it's the 100% grass-fed hamburger. And it's £1 and it's pricey, but that lasts me for several meals. I also they have the best price on the heavy whipping cream. And so just for a lark, I picked up some Parmesan cheese to make some more Parmesan cheese crisps if I feel like having like a little cracker or something. That seems to work out really good on the carnivore diet for me, because I can tolerate cheese and I can tolerate some milk product. Not milk. Boy, I'd like to have some raw fresh milk. I wish I had a gallon jar with me. But I don't, so we can't stop by the Amish. But I don't have room in my fridge. I need to clean my fridge out. It's always something, isn't it? Always something. I am going to run by Toyota though and see if they'll put a new battery in my key because the fob's not working. They did have some bison meat, which is $8 a pound, but it said it was 90% lean. I know when you're on the carnivore diet, it seems rather limiting to shop for just meat and cheese and fats, but makes shopping a lot quicker. That's the nice thing. And cheaper. I didn't even take it in a cart. Just whatever I can carry. Just limits me down to that. Well, this just proves you never know what the day will bring. And I was on a marketplace, which is a local sale site, and found a cheap, working, supposedly like new dishwasher, and I'm heading to another town to get it. They said they could help me load it in the back of the van. So, guess who's coming with me? Scud, you gonna go for a ride? Woohoo! I love going for a ride with Mom. This is great. Scud lost all of his clothes. He has lost every shirt. So we're going naked. Au naturel. Right, Scud? he's answering me. How do you like my dirty van? Isn't that something? Oh my goodness. Looks like my house used to be. Well, okay, my fellow YouTubers. I finally found the guy with the dishwasher. It's in another town. It's called Marshall. And luckily I got the Google to work. And so I found his address, and all the neighbors were like, oh yeah, he'll be back, he'll be back. I've been here almost an hour, and I got one text from him that said I'm running late. Oh, hi.
Hi, they're on Salt Pond, so
oh,
they're
okay.
about 2 or 3 minutes away.
Good. So, after being here an hour, I was getting ready to leave. And this car pulled in behind me, and I guess it's his parents. And they were like, oh, they'll be here. And I was like, it's been like an hour. Thank God there's shade, right? So anyway, I Googled this dishwasher while I was watching. It has a lot of bad reviews. I hope the like new was real, and it's going to be like new. But if it just washes dishes, this is all I care, because the pan you saw in the backyard, I couldn't get it clean. I'm like, I am just not a good hand scrubber, I guess. And I would love a dishwasher that could at least get them sanitary. It would be nice. Alright, well, they're on Salt Pond, which I did pass on the way here, so I know that's pretty close. Well, I'm home. After he made me wait for an hour. She did let me use the bathroom, though. Oh, thank heavens, I tell you what. I had been sitting there drinking, and I was about to pop. I didn't really get a chance to look at this dishwasher because he just grabbed it and loaded it up so fast. And I really would like to have looked in it and everything. And their ad said, like new. And when I asked her when I went in to use the bathroom, she said it was out of her mom's house, or her mom had upgraded. So I had high hopes. But boy, I don't know what dishwasher they had taken a picture of and uploaded, but it's not this one. Because that certainly isn't like new. It's pretty dirty. It's about as dirty as the one I've got in my house. Oh, let's see what's on the inside now. Well, yeah, no, that is not like new at all. That looks a lot like mine, as a matter of fact. And mine's, broken and funky and everything. Well, my only hope is that it works. It should have been about a $50 dishwasher, to tell you the truth. I paid $100 for it. I probably got ripped off again. While I was waiting for these people to show up, I had told them I'd be there in an hour, and I was there in an hour and 20 minutes. And they were still another hour late after that. I actually had time to start Googling the Quiet 3 GE, and I was thinking when I looked at that picture, it looked like brand new, and it said like new, and it was GE. I thought, yeah, good name brand. But after I Googled it, it said they were discontinued and that they were a pretty bad dishwasher. So, yeah, I don't have a lot of high hopes. I know that I already messaged Pop, and I was like, want to come put a dishwasher in for me? probably won't be able to talk him into it. I'm going to try to figure it out on my own. Okay, watch this insanity. 60-year-old grandma. Carnivore diet. I'm going to try to lift a dishwasher out of the back of my van. I don't think it's everything the guy said it was. We'll see. This is how we do it. Almost there. Okay, my friends, daring feats of do. I think I've gone about as far as I can go for today. I have driven all over Hex Half Acre, taken care of business, fixed the car fob, went shopping, came home, contacted people, drove my junky van an hour's drive away, picked up a dishwasher, and made it back home. Yay for the old funky van. So proud of that old junker. And the kitchen's a disaster. But after lifting that dishwasher, so am I. Like, share, and subscribe to keep up with the insanity, guys. Hope I made you laugh. Hope you have a great day. And yeah, I agree. I think I'd be better off living alone, because at least then I couldn't be angry with family members who live here and won't help me. Tell you, he's looking pretty tastier. Tastier and tastier all the time. Bye-bye.